Welcome. My name is John Wojciechowski. I'm the president of the Utah Safety Council. Just to make sure you're in the right space, but this is the 2025 Utah Safety Council annual meeting and awards presentation. So if you're not supposed to be here, we'll just awkwardly watch you get up and walk out. We're good. So, well, again, thank you for being here today. We are here today to recognize and celebrate the outstanding safety achievements of Utah and its remarkable safety leaders across all industries. And so you all here are the remarkable safety leaders across all industries. So please, I'll give you a hand, but please give each other a hand. Yes, thank you. Okay, we're a little behind schedule, but it's going to go fast, I promise. It'll be just like waking up after surgery. You won't know what happened. So, but before we begin, the first thing I want to do is invite Sergeant Lawrence Hopper from the Utah Highway Patrol and Honor Guard. He will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So, Lawrence.
The audience, please arise. Repeat the Pledge of Allegiance after me. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
All right, that was great. Okay, again, your presence here means a lot to us. I do want to recognize our elected dignitary, Mayor Monica Zoltansky from Sandy City. So she came up from the far world of Sandy. So welcome and thank you. Welcome to Davis County and the Weber. Yes. We also want to extend our thank you to the Utah Labor Commission and the Utah Safety Council Board of Directors for their invaluable support and sponsorship at this annual meeting and awards presentation. So we have the whole board here, or most of the whole board here today, and so they would love to visit with you all afterwards. So to officially call this meeting to order, and we'll just get down to it, I'd like to invite our esteemed chairman of the board, Brian Hogan, to the podium. He will officially call this meeting to order and address the board's business. So Brian.
Oh, there's a lot of you out there. That's great. Thank you, John. Welcome to the 2025 annual meeting of the Utah Safety Council. On behalf of the board, I call this meeting to order. On the morning of September 11, 2001, Delta Flight 15 was halfway across the Atlantic with 230 souls on board when the captain received the word. All U.S. airspace was closed. The nearest airport was in Gander, Newfoundland, and within an hour they had landed alongside of dozens of other diverted airplanes. The passengers were told little until they were on the ground, where they learned of the attacks in New York and Washington. For more than a day, the passengers had to remain on board. Then came something remarkable. The small town of Gander, home to just over 10,000 people, suddenly had to care for nearly the same number of passengers who were stranded. Schools, churches, and community centers became shelters. Families opened their homes. Students volunteered. Local businesses provided clothes, meals, and medical care. Every need was met by complete strangers. A couple of days later, when the passengers were able to reboard their flights, they weren't the same. They had bonded, cared for one another, and been deeply moved by the kindness of the people of Gander. On the way back to Atlanta, one passenger proposed a scholarship fund to repay their generosity. Within minutes, thousands of dollars had been pledged. That idea became the Delta Flight 15 Scholarship Fund, which today has grown to more than $1.5 million and has helped over 130 students from Gander attend college. To me, it's a powerful reminder, even in the darkest of times, that kindness and generosity can prevail. That is the spirit of community. That is the spirit that we at the Utah Safety Council have built ourselves upon. We come together to support one another and to make Utah safer for every worker and every family. I've had the privilege of serving on this board since 2019. During that time, our chapter has faced many challenges and achieved some amazing milestones worth recognizing. And by the way, I have a list here, and I'd like to hear some hooping and hollering and lots of exciting things about these milestones, because to me they're very important. These accomplishments are proof not only of the grit and resilience of the council, but forward-looking mindset of our leadership, John and the team. So here they are. We survived the COVID epidemic and remained solvent, providing creative training and delivery and unique solutions to our members when they needed it most. We restructured leadership and service offerings to better serve the need of member companies. We've explored partnerships with neighboring chapters in Arizona and Houston, opening the door to stronger regional collaboration. We recommitted our partnerships with ASSP, AIHA, and the Rocky Mountain Outreach Center. And in fact, next week they have their conference. We have that conference up at the University of Utah, and we encourage participation in that conference called the Utah Safety and Industrial Hygiene Conference at the University of Utah. So we'd encourage you to attend that. We've continued supporting women in safety and health, providing scholarships and recognition for the contributions of our female counterparts. We've reached an exciting new milestone with the sale of our old building and the move to a better home in Sandy. So thank you for joining with us today. Our new office is better located and designed for excellence, and the unveiling of our refreshed brand that reflects our mission with boldness and clarity. Finally, we are now in the strongest financial position in the chapter's history. Together, we've proven what's possible when commitment and collaboration drive our work. Every success has strengthened this chapter and built momentum for what comes next. These milestones are important, but they also remind us that success must be backed by solid financial footing. Thanks to your support, we have the resources to keep serving our members with confidence. Let's look at how we stand financially as we move forward. For the fiscal year ending June 2024, total income of $2,293,681. Total expenses, $2,250,194. Net revenue, $43,486. $43,486. I almost added an extra zero over there. JP's probably standing over there having a heart attack. Where did all that money come from? Banking and investment accounts total $863,461. So as you can see, we are doing very well financially, and that's due to the generosity and the support from our member companies, which in turn will allow us to better serve you as an organization. Copies of the financial statement and compilation report are available if you'll just reach out and contact the Utah Safety Council office if you're interested to see how those go. Sound finances are only part of that equation. Our future depends on strong leadership, and that begins with those who are willing to serve on the board. The following candidates are nominated for officers and board members. Officers serve terms of 1 year. So, for the nomination of Chairman, Brian Hogan, Principal, Argo Safety, Health, and Environmental Solutions. Chairman-elect, Todd Mahana, Vice President, Safety, Health, and Environment, EnviroServe. Treasurer, Josh Gertsch, Principal, Capital Markets and Financial Reporting, Workiva. Board of Directors, terms expiring in 2028, Geraldine Lyons, General Manager, Metals, Rio Tinto Kennecott, Utah Copper. Brian Hogan, Principal, Argo, Safety, Health, and Environment Solutions. Nathan H. Spencer, Chief Safety and Health Officer, The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. New board members who have been added to our board whose terms also expire in 2028. Joshua Gertsch, Principal, Capital Markets and Financial Reporting, Workiva. Kyle Costner, Controller, Wasatch Electric. David Smith, Director of EHS, Brigham Young Universities. These nominees were provided to the members in advance, and the vote was unanimous in favor. If there are no objections, the report will stand accepted. Hearing none, the motion is approved. I'd now like to introduce the members of the Utah Safety Council Board of Directors. Please stand when your name is called. Geraldine Lyons, General Manager, Metals, Rio Tinto, Kennecott, Utah Copper. Brian Hogan, Principal, Argo, Safety, Health, and Environmental Solutions. Shauna Cragen, Director, Nutrition Services, Davis School District. Jeremy Gee, Managing Director, Health and Safety for Pacific Corp and Rocky Mountain Power. Nathan H. Spencer, Chief Safety and Health Officer, The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Jared G. Smith, Risk Services Manager, Safety National. Todd Mahana, Vice President, Safety, Health, and Environment, EnviroServe. Floyd Johnson, Division Director, Utah Occupational Safety and Health, or UOSH, Labor Commission. Brian Olson, Vice President, Loss Control, WCF. Bernard T. Price, Director, Safety and Environmental Plant Protective Services with Northrop Grumman Space Systems and Propulsion Systems. Joshua Gertsch, Principal Capital Markets and Financial Reporting, Workiva. Kyle Costner, Controller, Wasatch Electric. David Smith, Director of EHS, Brigham Young University. We are grateful for their leadership and their dedication. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. We are proud to recognize a former board member, David Homer, for his dedicated service since 2019, including his time as a board treasurer. His leadership, expertise, and commitment have strengthened this council and supported Utah's industries. So thank you, David. I'd like to now invite John back to the stage.
All right, let's give Brian a hand. Okay, the Utah Safety Council is a membership-based nonprofit organization that is governed by a board of directors. Our areas of expertise include occupational safety, traffic safety, emergency care, and a membership program. We are happy to partner with your organizations and others across Utah and even surrounding states. This year has been full of exciting changes and accomplishment at the council, as Brian just outlined. We continually look for ways to deliver training and meet the needs of our customers. Now I'm going to invite each member of our staff to the stage to update you on the exciting changes we have seen in their programs over the past year. So I'm going to start off with Fabiana Diambra. She's our Business Development and Marketing Manager.
Thank you, John. At the Utah Safety Council, everything we do comes back to one thing: our members. I'm Fabiana Dambra. While I lead marketing and business development, I have also recently taken a new role with our membership program. It is incredible to see how directly our members are driving workplace safety forward. Your commitment to safety is what drives real lasting change. Over the past year, we proudly welcome more than 25 new members into our growing network. These organizations join over 900 companies across the Intermountain West who share a commitment to creating safer, healthy workplaces. With your membership, you have access to free safety trainings, exclusive discounts on products and services, on-site and custom training options, a wide range of occupational safety courses, and much more. We are also expanding our free training offers, bringing over $1,200 in added value to your membership and helping us move even closer to our shared goal: reducing injuries and saving lives. I'm excited about the year ahead and truly honored to support you. I look forward to connecting with each of you, learning more about your needs, and making sure your membership experience is as smooth, valuable, and impactful as possible. Together, we'll continue making Utah the safer place to work and thrive. Please join me in welcoming Brandon Stone, our Outreach and Community and Education Manager.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brandon. I'm over Outreach and Community Education. I've been with the Safety Council in 2 periods. I was here for a year, I took off, and now I'm back because I just couldn't get enough. So when I came back to the Safety Council, my role was kind of a new one. We were trying to figure out what it was they were going to do with me. Big part of what I do is I'm an instructor for the Safety Council, but I've also been trying to figure out ways that I can contribute more to your membership and to the Council's mission. Some of the things I've been working on is finding new ways to engage with our members. And I've also tried to find ways to bridge to the people that don't know about us so that we can help support them in reaching their safety goals. I've been working on improving our community engagement. It's been a big goal of mine. We were recently able to secure a grant from the Larry H. and Gail Miller Family Foundation. Always say that one. With that grant, we were able to put on a car seat event. We were able to put about 40 kiddos in car seats so that they're safe out on the roadways. It was a good day. Yeah. I've also been working on trying to partner with companies to bring new benefits to our members. So keep an ear out for that. Good things to come. Next up, we will hear from Yvette Stephanie on our NSC programs.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. I think I know most of you here, but if we haven't met yet, my name is Yvette Stephanie. This year, I'm not just only over emergency care, I'm also over traffic safety. So we're going to go over a bunch of traffic stuff. Sorry, I just need to find my script here. Okay. I'm excited to share the impact that we've made this year through the emergency care and traffic safety. This past year, our programs have made measurable difference in both workplace and roadway safety. Through our emergency care program, we delivered first aid, CPR, and AED training for over 700 safety champions. These individuals gained the confidence, skills to act when every second matters. In addition to that, we certified 87 to complete the Train the Trainer certification, expanding our network of instructors, ensuring even more organizations across Utah have resources to train their teams in life-saving care. This year, we delivered over 25 automated external defibrillators to organizations taking bold steps to protect their employees. Each AED is a powerful statement. We are ready to save lives when it matters most. Our traffic safety program also had a significant reach. On average, more than 3,600 drivers completed our defensive driving and Alive at 25 courses combined. Our traffic safety courses are making a difference, believe it or not. Subaru drivers now know when to actually merge, and Dodge Ram drivers now know the speed limit isn't just a suggestion. These courses are encouraging more drivers on the importance of safe driving on Utah's roadways. Thank you again for being here, and I look forward to a phone call on how to remove points from your driving record. Next, we will hear from Karen Kitiona.
Talofa and aloha. Oh, come on, you can do better than that. Talofa. Thank you. My name is Karen Kitiona, and in just 1 month from today, I'll be celebrating a year with the Utah Safety Council. I'm humbled to help steward the occupational program on behalf of our members, and it's an honor to serve alongside all of you in a mission that matters, creating safer workplaces and stronger communities across Utah. In 2024, the OCU program, I like to call it, delivered not just training, but impact. 65 OSHA and occupational classes on-site, customized online and hybrid, reaching nearly 700 individuals with skills credentials to return home each day safely. membership growth with 14 new occupational members, including individual members representing the next generation of safety leaders. Our workplace scholarship program, funded by the Utah Labor Commission, fully exhausted its $10,000 funding within the first 3 quarters since I've taken over, helping companies and individuals access training they might not otherwise afford. So ask for that workplace scholarship the next time you call me. By the year's end, 13 professionals will graduate from our Advanced Safety Certificate Program, a series of high-impact trainings designed to build true safety leadership. Beyond the numbers, we strengthened partnerships, extended our reach, as you can see, Mayor Sotonsky is here, ensured safety education makes a difference in even the higher-risk workplaces. Looking back, 2024 was not just about classes taught or dollars spent. It was about lives touched, workplaces strengthened, and futures made safer. It has truly been a year of growth, innovation, and impact, and I'm excited to see where we will go in the new year. Next, join me in welcoming Taylor Steed, our MSHA and Refining Program Coordinator.
Thank you, Karen. Good afternoon. This past year has been a landmark year for our MSHA and refinery programs here at the Utah Safety Council. These programs represent some of the most demanding and high-stakes industries in our state, and we are proud to play a role in keeping workers safe, informed, and prepared. Since July of last year, our MSHA training program has made a remarkable impact. We have trained more than 4,000 individuals across the mining industry. That number includes both surface and underground new miners, as well as those returning for their annual refresher training. Each one of those 4,000 individuals represents not just a statistic, but a worker who goes home safer, a family who gains more peace of mind, and an employer who is building a stronger safety culture. And while we are based here in Utah, our impact stretches far beyond state lines. We've trained students logging in from Canada, South America, Mongolia, India, Germany, Australia, and across the entire United States. Because when it comes to safety, distance should never be a barrier. In addition to MSHA, we advanced our refinery program in an important way. This year, the Utah Safety Council successfully completed the accreditation process with the Petrochemical Refining and Energy Safety Council Association, or PRESCA. This accreditation allows us to bring the nation's leading process safety management training called Safety Essentials directly to Utah. We now offer this premier training inside our state-of-the-art computer training lab. This is more than an achievement. It means refinery and petrochemical workers here in Utah have access to the same high-quality training that drives safety in facilities across the country. Now we will hear from our newest addition to the Utah Safety Council, Mary Monteroso.
Thank you, Taylor. Hello, everyone. I am the newest member of the Utah Safety Council. Today, I want to address a critical issue affecting our Latino community, workplace fatalities. In 2023, Utah recorded 69 work-related deaths, up 57 in 2022, with the fatal injury rate rising from 3.6 to 4.1 per 100,000 workers. While Utah doesn't publish ethnicity-specific data, nationally in 2021, foreign-born Hispanic or Latino workers represented just 8.2% of the workforce, yet accounted for 14% of workplace deaths. To close this gap, the Utah Safety Council has taken intentional steps. We're partnered with the Mexican Consulate in Salt Lake City during Labor Rights Week, offering a Spanish language session and worker rights. We now host a monthly Spanish defensive driving course, averaging 18 participants per class, with attendance growing each month. These sessions not only address safe driving, but also educate families on proper car seat installation. Beyond traffic safety, we've expanded Spanish language support across our programs, translating materials from occupational, mining, refinery, and first aid courses. By making training more accessible, we ensure Hispanic workers gain vital knowledge to stay safe, both at work and at home. As a Latina, I know how essential it is, how essential language access is. Our commitment is to empower Hispanic workers with knowledge of their rights, safety skills, and confidence to advocate for their well-being. Reducing workplace risk requires education, collaboration, and cultural awareness. With these efforts, we're building a safer, more inclusive Utah for all. Next, we will hear from Quentin.
Thanks, Mary. I'm Quentin, no last name, or Quentin McCarver. I'm the office manager here at the Utah Safety Council. One of the most impactful services we offer is our on-site style audits and consultations. We visit members' sites, look for hazards, share practical recommendations. These visits are supportive, not an enforcement. And with that, they help companies build a safety culture inside or from the inside out. Last year, just five consultations may have protected more than 1,000 workers. That impact comes from our dedicated instructors and consultants. Experts who make safety both practical and engaging. Collaboration is at the heart of what we do. We partner with industries, government, schools, and community groups to strengthen the safety across Utah. The Utah Safety Council is more than an organization, it's a movement. Together, with our partners, we're building a safer Utah, one workplace, one classroom, and one community at a time. Next, we'll hear from Juan Pablo Eastman.
Thank you, Quentin. Hello, everyone. My name is Juan Pablo, but I go by JP. It's a little bit easier. I am the accounting manager, and I've been here for a little over 2 years, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity and to be part of this team. So following the financial report given by Brian for the most recent fiscal year, I want to highlight the impact of our grant funding, which strengthened the following programs across our mission: traffic safety, the scholarships for occupational program, the media library, and our Speaking Up for Safety podcast. We are grateful to the partners who made this possible, including the Utah Department of Public Safety, Highway Safety Office, Larry H. and Gail Miller Foundation, and the Utah Labor Commission. Your support helps us reach more workers, families, and communities with safety education and resources. And lastly, as you heard, we are very, very excited to be in our new office in Sandy. And I wanted to point out that we bought this great office entirely in cash, no financing, using proceeds from the sale of our former building and a portion of the cash reserves. It's newer, well located, and more efficient to maintain, lowering ongoing costs and strengthening our financial position. Next, I'd like to invite John back to the stage.
Thanks, JP. How about that staff? I'm pretty lucky. They know what they're doing. Okay, I'm excited to introduce Scott Martin. Scott Martin is the founder of Surviving Life's Pickles. We'll hear about that, I'm sure, where he and his team provide communities and businesses with vital information and training on mental health, addiction, recovery, suicide prevention, and more. Through podcasts, training seminars, retreats, and community events, Scott is dedicated to helping others navigate through life's challenges. With years of professional and personal experience, Scott and his team are trained in mental health first aid and safe talk suicide prevention. As committed safety professionals, as committed safety humans, they strive to foster awareness, resilience, and support in every community they serve. Please help me in welcoming Scott Martin, please.
Well, I just want to say thank you to John and the Safety Council for the invitation today to speak to all of you. Everybody here has achieved great things in keeping all of your employees and coworkers safe. Before we start into the topic really today, I just want to take 15 seconds or so. I want everybody to think about what you're grateful for today. I start off every one of our podcast episodes, any one of my training seminars this way, kind of sets the tone. So think in your head of what you are grateful for today. And as you guys are kind of doing that, does anybody want to share what they're grateful for today? Go ahead. Love it. Your family. Anybody else?
I had a medical scare last week, and I got an MRI, and it came up clear yesterday. So.
Even better. Okay, and one more over here. Your mom. Hey, well, today we're going to talk about lifting the load. It's really just kind of a new idea, a new blueprint for the well-being in our blue-collar world. I've been in the industrial, the manufacturing, and the construction world pretty much my entire career. Let me just introduce us. Surviving Life's Pickles. We provide information throughout our podcast, training seminars, community events, and retreats. This is something that me and my wife started just a little over a year ago, and we have had great impacts on the industry and the community as we've been doing this. So I am grateful for the experience and the few minutes I get to speak with all of you today. As we go through this, you'll find out that me just standing here on this stage is a huge win for me. A couple years ago, that probably would have been a different story as we kind of get into that. But today, I want to take some of that knowledge, some of that experience, and I want to share it with you so that we can learn how to protect ourselves and all of our loved ones. This is my why. This is why I do what I do, especially now. Everybody has their why. Everybody has those people that you're going to take care of. Most importantly, you got to take care of yourself first. And that's something a lot of us forget, is you don't take care of yourself first. It's that oxygen mask scenario of put your oxygen mask on first so that you're equipped to help somebody else. So I want you all to think about, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Why do you want to go home safe? Is it your family, your friends, your coworkers, all the above? These are all things to keep in mind. As I kind of look around, there's a lot of familiar faces. I've worked with some of you friends, your colleagues, customers, and a lot of new faces. And I kind of see a few of you are like, all right, who is this Scott Martin guy and what is it with the pickles, right? So let's kind of dive in a little bit. So let me officially introduce myself. I'm Scott Martin. I am a father, a son, a husband, a business owner, a friend, but more importantly, I'm just a professional human making it day to day. My grandpa always told me that I've gotten myself into another pickle, and today I'm here before you because I have survived all those pickles so far. And that is where our name came from. A lot of us are in that age group of, we got ourselves in another pickle, so I hope you'll understand that one. But I am just a normal guy on the journey of life, just like all of you, just trying to make it day to day. Life hasn't been all peaches and cream. I like to look at myself so far as a whole bunch of experiences that have given me the opportunity to learn, grow, feel, and find out who I truly am at my core. Throughout my life, I have experienced, but not limited to, loss of family and a child, recovered from alcoholism and addiction. I'm a cancer survivor, and I'm a suicide attempt survivor, just to name a few. But all of these things have led to this moment and gave me the chance to learn and grow and become a better person. I have learned compassion. I have learned how to be stronger mentally and physically, and I have learned how to be more empathetic. And we'll kind of dive into a few of those things today. But really today I want to dive into one of those experiences that got me here today. And that experience happened in March of 2024. I attempted suicide. And I survived. I was in the middle of battling cancer, dealing with stresses at home, at work, and a lot of other things going on in our lives. Unfortunately with that, it led me back into my addictions. This led me down into an even worse path to get that moment of telling my puppy that Mom would be here in the morning when my wife Hillary was out of town. My kids had been gone with their mom, which allowed the events of that weekend to unfold. But by the grace of God, I was still here the next morning. And I realized I couldn't do this alone anymore. And I started searching for help. After a few days of reaching out, I found a program that met my needs and would allow me to continue to work while I was getting help. And that was a big thing for me. A lot of us are living pay to paycheck. A lot of our workers are living pay to paycheck. And we don't have that time or that luxury to take off 8 weeks or 12 weeks. That would put us in a worse situation financially. So it was important to me to find a program that helped support me so I could continue to support my family at that time. I still hadn't talked to my employer. They had no idea what was going on. I mean, my work had decreased, things had happened on the job, there were signs, but they really just didn't know what was going on. So I decided it was time. It was time to go in and talk about what was going on in my life and how I needed help with my supervisors. As we sat down in that first meeting, we had some interesting discussions. And what was very apparent to me in that first meeting is that our vice president, our HR manager, my direct supervisor, and another fellow co-worker that was in that meeting had no idea how to deal with the situation. At no fault of their own. None of them had been trained. None of them had to deal with that type of situation personally, and they did not know how to handle that situation in a work setting. And so after kind of laying everything out, and there were details I did not lay out because when you're in that situation, it's very hard and you're filled with shame. You don't share all the necessary details that are pertinent to the situation to hopefully make it better. But after we'd had those discussions, we sat down and we came up with an idea. We figured out a scenario that would allow me still to work and get a paycheck, and then also go through my program that I was going to go through to help me get back on my feet. So as I was going through this program, I was a couple weeks in, and I seen similar signs. I have a good friend who is a therapist, and he says pain knows pain. When you're in it, you really see the similar signs when other people are going through it. And I noticed some of these signs with a fellow coworker. And again, I had mentioned it to some of those supervisors that I had sat down with my meeting and told them what was going on. And the reply from not one, but every single one of them was, that is their personal business, we don't need to deal with it at work. Very common scenario. 1 week later, we lost him to suicide. So that's why we're here today. There's an issue. There's something going on. But it doesn't stop there. 4 days after that happened, I lost another dear friend to suicide in the industry. At that point, I was like, there is a problem. What is going on in our industry? How do we help these people? But I was not in a mental state myself. I was not back to full capacity. I was still in the middle of dealing with all my stuff I was going on. And so I could not devote any energy to that at that time. So I tabled the idea, put it in the back of my head. And we came back to it later on. So, after we came back to it, that is when I started researching it and started jumping into it. And that's when we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of what we want to talk about today. First question I have, in all safety incidents, what is the common denominator in every single safety incident we deal with in our industry? Anybody know? Lack of focus. People. Every single safety incident has people involved, affecting them, involved in it, whatever. Even if it's a off-site remote job where a person is driving a piece of equipment off-site, there is still a person involved in every single safety incident. So I want to dive into understanding mental health challenges in the blue-collar world. As I was diving through this, there was a lot of information out there. John and Joy and everybody over at the Safety Council have shared a lot of their safety stats today. We don't have a lot of time to dive into the stats today, but I wanted to hit a few bullet points. So these come from Mental Health First Aid National Wellbeing Council. This is actually a course that we teach to businesses now, specifically construction and mining. But these are their statistics from 2023. So 10.8 million full-time employees have a substance abuse problem. Is that surprising to some of you? Or some of you probably like, wow, that doesn't surprise me. It's a big number. 200 million workdays every year are lost due to mental health challenges. Less than 10% of all workers feel their workplace is a safe and free of stigmas. That one right there hits home for me. That one describes my situation that I had to go through to a T. I did not feel safe. I felt like I was going to lose my job. All those sorts of things when you're dealing with a situation. You don't want to go talk to HR. And then 1 out of every 4 people will have a mental health challenge between sometime during their professional career. You look around the room here with all of us here, there's at least 2 people at every table that are going to have that situation and have a mental health challenge that could turn into a crisis during their career. So those are big numbers. So consequences of ignoring mental health at the workplace. These are the 4 main categories. Again, there's a lot more information we could dive into, but reduced productivity. Neglecting mental health results in lower employee productivity and diminished work quality. I don't think anybody here would disagree with me. If you're not 100% when you walk through those doors, you're not going to do the job that you were hired to do at your 100% capacity. Increase accident rates. Mental health issues contribute to higher rates of workplace accidents. Let me show you, share a quick little story on that as well. So right before I had my incident back in March, about a month and a half before that, things were not good. I was not in a good mental state. I felt like maybe I was functioning at a decent capacity, maybe 2-3 hours a day. Other than that, I just was not checked in, just with everything going on. We had a company policy, and I would assume a lot of you probably do too if you have company vehicles and you go on mine sites, is that you have to walk around your vehicle and do a 360 inspection. Make sure nothing's in front of you, behind you, all of this. Pretty common practice. Well, if you're mentally not there, that's one of those things that doesn't click. Like, you know, I'm just getting in my truck and drive off. Look, I'm just parked here. There's no reason I need to walk around my truck. You're just not paying attention 100%. What happened to me is I didn't do my 360 walk around. I got on the truck. My tailgate was down because I had a load in the back of the truck that I was delivering. Put it in reverse, backed up to where I needed to, and I put a fence post right through the back of the tailgate. Nobody got hurt. We had some property damage, but again, nobody was hurt. So that is a good safety incident because there was no human involvement other than me crashing the truck into a pole. And then I had to go tell them about it. And then sitting in that office and sitting in that room, going through that debrief on the safety incident and trying to explain why my head was not there and why I didn't do what I did, it's very hard because I really just didn't know. So that is one example of increased accident rates. It could be a very small accident, or it could be a very large accident of somebody getting killed because they weren't paying attention. Absenteeism is a big impact. If we ignore mental health, it leads to frequent absenteeism. If you don't feel good or you don't feel accepted at work, you're not going to want to show up. You'll start calling in. These are all things that happen on a day-to-day basis in our industry. Risk of mental health crisis. Understanding mental health problems increases the risk of a serious crisis among employees. So let's talk about building a culture of wellness and prevention. If we want to attack safety and we want to attack mental health and put them together, what should we be focused on? Anybody? I want to focus on the people. The people is primary. If we focus on taking care of the people, addressing their issues, giving them a safe space, building that culture where they feel safe to come in and talk about things, all of these things are going to increase for you. Your productivity, your jobs getting done on time, people showing up to work, all these things will be affected positively if we focus on our people. So these are a few things about implementing into mental health programs into the workplace. So the first one is education and awareness. That one right there is probably my number one. Again, in my situation, if the HR manager, if my manager, if other employees at that time would have had more education, would have had more awareness on how to help somebody going through something, I probably would have had a little bit different turnout than it ended up. But we want to focus on mental health education to increase the awareness among all of our construction workers, all our manufacturer workers, and how do we reduce that stress? The next thing is some of you are already doing this, and I commend a lot of the companies that are already putting in this, and what we call it is the mental advocate or champion program. And my idea behind this is that we're providing a trained volunteer in mental health first aid or equivalent certification on every job site and in every department. If you have a mental health champion or an advocate on every job site, doesn't have to be the supervisor. Most likely you don't want it to be the supervisor. You want them to have somebody else they feel safe to go talk to. If they're having a bad day, and I just want to use the construction side. If you have a guy that is running a backhoe, and he's not mentally capable, and he comes to this mental health advocate and says, look, I don't think I should be in here today. My mind's focused. We're in the middle of a divorce at home. I've got these going on. Is there something else I can do? I can't go home. Again, he needs to work. And so that mental health advocate or champion is going to go to the supervisor at that point and say, look, we have a guy that's struggling. He needs to stay here and work. Let's find a different job. Let's put him on a shovel. Let's put him on traffic control. Let's do something that he can not have to use all that mental capacity and be able to focus on his job and still take care of his family. If we do this, we're going to make a safer workplace. I say job sites and I say every department because guess what? Everybody here has an office. You guys all have HR departments. You all have planning departments. You all have engineering departments. You have safety departments. All of these things, you need to have somebody that you can go to. A lot of the people don't want to go to the HR. My wife is an HR director. I always make fun of her. Everybody comes to see her like the principal. They're in trouble. They don't want to go see her. But if you have an advocate that you've been able to go talk to, and that they can come with you now and support you in that time of need. They come with you and meet with HR with you. They're supporting you. They're there to help you, provide you information, provide that support, and get you through what you're going through. That would change our industry if every single company was on board of providing that person. I have a friend named Adrian Borowski. He's up in Canada in the construction. He wrote a book called Beneath the Hard Hat. I'll say that again. If anybody wants a fantastic read, it's called Beneath the Hard Hat. But what they've been able to do since he wrote his book is they have had job sites, stay-over job sites where they have man camps and everything. They have now provided therapists on top of just having a normal medical doctor on these man camps. Now they have a licensed therapist there that they can go talk to. It has changed the outcome of all of these things by just adding that one resource to the guys there on site. And then the other thing is here, we're all here to celebrate all your guys' safety achievements and everything. But let's integrate our safety program with our mental health program because they go hand in hand. You guys have toolbox talks. You have, before you start your shift talks, talk about what's going on in the day. Why can't you dedicate 5 minutes in every one of those safety talks to a check-in? How are your guys doing? How are the employees doing on a mental state? Are they there? Are they ready to work? These are all things that we can do that are small implementations that we can help each other achieve better safety, better mental status, better productivity, and happier employees. So, what happens as we start implementing some of this and promoting open conversations about mental health? We normalize the mental health discussion. Okay? Open discussions help normalize mental health topics among employees and reduce the stigma at work. It's a lot easier if you have a daily safety talk during your safety meeting about mental health and a check-in with everybody that a couple weeks down the road, guess what? one of those guys is going to pull you aside, look, I need to talk to you. I got something going on. It becomes normal. It becomes easy. It becomes, hey, we can talk about this. And a good example of that, if I have a fantastic customer, has turned into a very good friend. He was going through a lot of stuff. He was a superintendent, and he was going through a lot of stuff, and his crew could tell it. He was taking it out on them, doing a lot of things. Right after I shortly started this journey and this business, I was going in to see him, and he pulled me in his office and said, I don't have anybody else to talk to. And he sat down and then loaded on me for about 2.5 hours about everything going on in his life. Divorce, money, all the things that we all experience sometime in our life. We all go through things. But he didn't have anybody else to talk to. He didn't feel comfortable telling any of his employees. So we sat and talked, had that conversation. After that, I let him know, it's okay to let your guys know you're struggling. Let them know that you're human too. You're their leader, but you're also a human being as well. And if you have that conversation with them, they're going to respect you more, and you're probably going to get better results out of them. So he did have that conversation at their next meeting there. He kind of let everybody know what was going on, took my advice, and instantly the whole attitude changed with his whole crew. Everybody was more empathetic. Everybody understood. Everybody was a little more patient. And everybody started picking up his slack a little bit in every piece they could because they knew he was going through a lot. Now, at this same site, almost a year later, his guys are coming to him and pulling him in the office and saying, hey, something's going on, I need to talk to you. It has changed the entire dynamic at this location for them. And you can see it in the employees, you can see it in the management, and you can see it in their productivity numbers. It's amazing what slowing down, being a little vulnerable, and being empathetic can do to change the entire environment of the workplace. So we want to create that safe, sharing environment like he did. So, conclusion. And there's a lot more we can talk about, and there's a lot of things we offer, and I'd be happy to talk to any of you afterwards if we have time. But here's my statements for you. Is prioritizing mental health for all of our workers will decrease the amount of safety incidents. It will. It will increase your productivity. It will increase employee retention. It will promote a healthier work environment. It will improve teamwork. It will provide a safe place to discuss concerns and needs. And it will improve the overall health physically and mentally for all of your workers. If we focus on mental health in the workplace, I guarantee you every single one of these statements will be true. And it'll help you. Put together a short little video for you guys as we conclude, just to show some different scenarios and different things of people on the job, struggles you can go through, and how we can support everybody. So I hope you guys enjoy this. We'll see if this works, Taylor. Everybody, I just want to say thank you again for this opportunity. Thank you for welcoming me in here and talking about this subject today. I appreciate all of you. You're all doing great things, and I look forward to seeing a lot more things this upcoming year. So thank you again, and if anybody needs information, get a hold of me. John and all of them have my information, so appreciate it.
That's for you and your dog.
Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Scott. That was great. I am not a hugger, but I feel like when I'm done here, I'm going to come give you a big hug, and thank you very, very much. So, all right, we are here for the award, so I'm going to invite up Robert Garcia, our accounting coordinator, to move us on to the next part of our program.
Hello guys, I'm Robert Garcia, and I help the Utah Safety Council when JP is not in there. So I'm his backup. We have 95 awards to present across 10 categories with a highly competitive nomination process. Our winners are chosen by the board of directors based on the strictest standards. For the merit and perfect record awards categories, we ask that one representative from your company come forward when called to accept the award and pose for a photo on stage. Following the ceremony, your group will also take a photo together with your award at our photo booth located to my right. I now invite Brandon Stone to the podium to present our first award this afternoon.
So it is my pleasure to present the Lifesaver Award. The Harold R. Everett Lifesaver Award is named in honor of a man who has been a cornerstone of our emergency care program since 2002. Harold Everett's remarkable journey began in the 1970s as a first responder, and his dedication to the community has left an indelible mark. His steadfast commitment and selflessness has inspired countless individuals in our program and beyond. So in years past, we've actually had to go out and look for people to nominate. But this year it was different. This year we got 5 nominees, 5 impressive nominees. So much so that our board felt that we needed to honor all of them. So we're going to. The other thing that's kind of special about these nominees, in years past, it's been a nurse at a park, off-duty officer at the lake or the river. It's been people with training, people with experience. This year, these people, no special training, no duty to act, no experience to draw from. So kind of additionally impressive. I'd also like to invite our board members, Todd, Brian, and Brian to the stage. So when I call your name, if you go ahead and come on up, and these gentlemen will greet you. James Jenkins. James is a driver for Walmart. In the past year, James has twice acted. James was driving his truck, saw a motorcyclist lay his bike down. James used his truck and trailer to protect the driver or the rider as he slid to the edge of the roadway. Another incident that James was involved in, you want to come over here and get a picture? Well, I'm not making you speak. And another time, James was at a rest stop. He saw an elderly man collapse. James saw to the man, made sure he got care, and watched over the gentleman's wife while that elderly man was cared for. Next up, Michael Kemp, and I'm going to murder this name, Ibrahim Gardai. I don't know, I should have found you before I got up here. It is? Oh, wow. If you gentlemen would like to come up. Ibrahim found an unresponsive coworker in a restroom, and he initiated the emergency response. Michael joined him. The two of them performed CPR until EMS arrived. EMS took over. And the gentleman that they helped was able to come back days later and thank them for the CPR and the life-saving measures that they provided. And just stand here and they'll shoot a picture of you. Next up, Mike Watkins. Mike was vacationing with his family in Lake Powell. They were out in the boat. They saw a capsized boat. They saw that the parents were holding kids to the underside of that capsized boat. They responded over, took the mother and 2 children onto their boat, and hurried to the marina. I'm not done. So they hurried to the marina. He provided CPR. They provided CPR to the 2 children. Unfortunately, it was a tragic day. A number of people lost their lives. But the little girl that he helped did survive. He didn't want to really talk about this. This is a traumatic event for him and his family. But he was willing to come out to encourage you to get the training, to make a difference in somebody else's life. And last but certainly not least, John Butcher. While on his route as a public works employee for for Sandy City, John saw a house that was on fire. John saw a house that was on fire. John approached, saw an elderly man trying to extinguish the fire with a garden hose. John asked the man, "Is there anybody else in the home?" Called 911. The man said that, "Yes, my wife is still inside." So John responded into the home, heard a cry for help, found the elderly woman unable to walk. John picked her up, carried her. As he was making his way out of the house, the elderly man was disoriented, had made his way back into the house. So he had to grab a hold of him while he carried the wife out and get them both out safely. It is amazing that these people went into action. No special training, no special duty to act, no experience to draw from. So it truly is amazing, and I'd like to give another round of applause. Thanks, John. Next, let's welcome Fabiana Diambra on membership.
Thank you, Brandon. The members of the Utah Safety Council are the foundation of our success. Every decision we make and every action we take is guided by the needs and goals of our members. As a members-based organization, we offer 3 levels of membership. Each year, we take special pride in recognizing new members in our top 2 categories, contributing and sustaining. We honor these members to their generosity in supporting our mission. These recognitions honor their dedication to creating safe and healthy workplace for all employees and stakeholders in their organizations. Their efforts help us all to make Utah a safe place to live and work. The new contributing member we would like to recognize this year is Cook Surveying and Associates, LLC. Next, we will hear from Yvette Stephanie with our Professional Driver of the Year Awards.
All right, thank you, Fabi. All right, this is the 41st year that the Utah Safety Council is recognizing individuals for dedication to service and example that is set for all professional drivers. This year, there were several applicants, but this was a really tough year for us to decide. Okay, so there are 2 winners this year of this award, each one in a different category, and those are Metro Transportation and Long Haul Transportation. I'm just going to forewarn you, they all have the same names, so please don't get confused. They are different people. All right, for our metro category, during our time in Salt Lake City, we have had nothing but outstanding experience with this individual. His professionalism, kindness, and willingness to go above and beyond left us a lasting impression. Our UPS person in Sandy has big shoes to fill. That's all I have to say about that. All right, please help me congratulate Kevin Hobbs with United Postal Service. All right. Another round of applause for Kevin. Okay. This next award is our Long Haul Award. This award celebrates this individual's dedication, hard work, and commitment to excellence on the road. His countless hours and over 300 million miles without a single accident truly sets an example for his team and everyone else in this room. We thank you for your incredible effort and for always going the extra safe mile. I do know that your team is proud of you today. Kevin Nelson. Please have one more round of applause for our drivers. All right. Next, we will hear from Kevin Robinson, who will present the Robert F. Parenti Award, as well as Lifetime Achievement.
Thank you, Yvette. If anyone didn't get that, commonality is the name Kevin. So we want to continue that here with the Robert F. Parenti Individual Award, Achievement in Safety Award. The Robert F. Parenti Individual Achievement Award honors an individual whose education and personal commitment to safety set them apart. I had the distinct privilege of working with Bob Parenti for a number of years, and this award is named after Bob. He led the Utah Safety Council for 28 years, and this award reflects his legacy of vision and leadership during those 28 years. During his tenure, the council grew its membership, launched comprehensive training programs, and became a recognized leader in safety education. I remember when he first took over, the only training that the Utah Safety Council provided was just defensive driver training, and he grew it to what it is today. Today we honor Johnny Thane, a true leader in safety and health and environmental management. After 22 years as a lineman, Johnny joined BHI in 2016 and quickly strengthened its safety culture, drawing on experiences from companies like Neighbors Industries and Bill Barrett Corporation. He led key safety programs like site safety assessments, behavior-based safety observations, and root cause analysis, shifting the focus from blame to learning and prevention, a true team player. Johnny works side by side with crews, mentoring dozens and ensuring programs are practical and effective. Because of his leadership, BHI has had fewer incidents, stronger engagement, and a lasting cultural shift towards safety as a shared value and responsibility. Johnny's dedication and first-hand approach have left a mark that will shape BHI for years to come. Please give me a warm round of applause for Johnny Thane. Congratulations, Johnny. Next, we will hear from Candy with our WISHA award recognition.
Good afternoon. I'm Candy, and it is my pleasure this year To introduce you to our 2024 Women in Safety and Health, or we abbreviate it as WISH Award. We give it out every December, and it is my honor as part of the committee to present her today. So, it is my honor to recognize Donna Carter of Hudson Printing, recipient of the 2024 Utah Safety Council Women in Safety Health Award. Donna started on the production floor back in 2000. After experiencing 2 serious injuries herself, she turned hardship into action, helping shift Hudson Printing from a reactive to a proactive safety culture. As a safety manager, she created the standard work training book, started monthly safety poster contests, and built the Hudson First Responders team, ensuring EMTs are on every shift, which I believe they run 24/7. So that's awesome. Her commitment also reaches beyond the workplace. She founded Watchful Eyes, a neighborhood watch partner, and volunteers to protect her community from clearing hazards near transit tracks to share home safety tips. Donna Carter is more than a safety manager. She is a mentor, a protector, and a leader with heart. Hudson Printing and Utah are definitely safer because of her. Donna, please come up. Give her a round of applause. She got her fancy award back in December, so we're going to honor her today with some flowers. Okay. It is also my honor to get to present the Lifetime Achievement Award today as well. Today we celebrate a very remarkable individual whose dedication to safety has not only shaped workplaces, but saved lives. With over 30 years of experience in the safety field, Tammy Brand has become a beacon of knowledge, leadership, and passion. Her journey has spanned manufacturing, construction, and for the past 17 years, warehouse and transportation safety. In every role, she has exemplified excellence, driving continuous improvement and setting the gold standard for what safety leadership should look like. But Tammy's impact goes far beyond compliance. For her, safety is not a checklist, it is a core value. It is about protecting what matters most, and that is people, which we heard earlier, so I love that. That belief has guided her work, her mentorship, and her advocacy. She's been a tireless contributor to the Utah Safety Council, our Women in Safety Steering Committee, and the Utah Trucking Association. She holds an advanced safety certificate, and at Cisco, she has spent 15 years mentoring and training new safety directors, helping to build a culture where safety isn't just practiced, it's actually lived. Under her leadership, occupational recordable incident rates have remained well below the national average for an astonishing 10 consecutive years, which is not just impressive, it's transformative. Tammy's unwavering enthusiasm, her commitment to excellence, and her deep care for those around her make her not only a leader in her field, but a true inspiration to all of us. Please join me in congratulating Tammy, a most deserving recipient of this year's Lifetime Achievement Award. Yep, you're on.
I just want to say thank you. This is a true honor. And yeah, thanks.
And next we will hear from Sergeant Lawrence Hopper presenting our Occupational Seatbelt Awards.
All right. Before I go with this award, I want to tell you a quick story. Part of my assignment with the patrol is I help out with the PI&E office, Public Information Education. We go about, we go to companies, we give presentations about safety, seatbelts, speeding, all that kind of stuff. I'm always looking for new troopers to help out with this program. And I was chatting with one of my buddies who's a troop. I said, I think you do a great job over at PI&E. we should probably see if we can get you involved with that. And he says, you don't want me. Like, why not? He says, well, I went to a kindergarten class. My wife is a kindergarten teacher. I went to their class, and we talked about seatbelts. And I said, we're talking about seatbelts, and kids raised their hands and said, hey, my dad doesn't wear his seatbelt. My dad doesn't wear his seatbelt. And he looked the kid in the eye, and he says, probably because he doesn't love you. So we made a pass. We're probably going to go a different route than ask him. Now, the fact that people may not wear their seatbelts doesn't necessarily mean they don't love their loved ones, of course. But there is something about the importance of companies pushing the use of seatbelts with their employees. And the Safety Council and the Network of Employees for Traffic Safety and Utah Department of Public Safety and the Highway Safety Office encourage companies to adopt and promote traffic safety programs for employees. Together, we are recognizing companies for achieving a 100% safety belt use rate during their 30-day observation period. These surveys are conducted to determine the actual usage rate of employees wearing seatbelts. Companies are required to implement specific educational programs to encourage employees to buckle up. This year, there are 5 awards. As I read these names, if the representatives of the companies can come up, and if you can hold your applaud until the very end. First one is Intermountain Health Courier Services, Canyon Region. They achieved a 100% seatbelt use. Second is Hudson Printing. Okay, fine. Third is HHI Corporation. And then there's 4, excuse me, not 5, but the fourth one is JT4. Congratulations. "100% use is pretty impressive, as you can imagine. That's a lot of work that the companies have to go through to get that. And so I appreciate it, because when people wear their seatbelts, that means we don't have to see some of the things that we see when they don't. And so to these companies, congratulations, and thank you for a job well done. Next, we have our Perfect Records Award.
Okay, one of the moments you've been waiting for. The Perfect Record Award recognizes companies who worked the entire 2024 year without an OSHA recordable injury or illness and days away from work. Please refrain from applauding until all recipients have been announced. AEEC LLC. Please come up. Aerospace Aluminum Processing. Bodell Construction. Carlisle Construction Materials. Engineering Technology. Hail, Sand, and Gravel, a CRH company. Ingenium Design. Jordan Valley Water Conservancy District. Jordan Valley Water Conservancy District, SCRWTP. Jordan Valley Conservancy District, Upper HQ. JT4 LLC. Caltech. Kern River Gas Transmission. Mill Creek Engineering. Richard Manufacturing Company. R&O Construction. Rocky Mountain Specialty Contracting. Snyderville Basin Water Reclamation District. Teva Pharmaceuticals, Salt Lake City West. And Chores, Inc. Please join me in giving a round of applause for our Perfect Award winners. You can still come up and take your picture here. Next, we will have John and Yvette present our Achievement in Safety by an Organization Award.
It is our honor to present the Outstanding Achievement in Safety by an Organization Award. If you recall, this was introduced last year. This recognition highlights an organization's outstanding commitment to building a strong culture of safety and positive impact they are making within their workplace and community. This specific group over the past year has partnered closely with us to achieve an ambitious goal, certifying their safety champions in first aid, CPR, and AED. Through their dedication, they have successfully trained and certified over 300 employees, each now equipped with the skills to save a life not only in their workplace, but their communities. Please join me in congratulating Salt Lake City Public Utilities. All right. And next we have our Award of Honor.
Thank you, Yvette. It is my pleasure to present the winner of the Award of Honor. The Award of Honor is one of the highest achievements we recognize for a company's commitment to mitigating safety hazards and ensuring workplace safety. For this award, the achievement of all Award of Merit criteria, plus exceptional accomplishment for reduction of injury and illness in the workplace is required. This award is given to one organization each year that has met the minimum criteria and has exceeded the performance of all other entries. This company has been the recipient of our Award of Merit achievement for over 8 consecutive years. Today, we are thrilled to present the Award of Honor to Ralph L. Wadsworth. Founded in 1975, Ralph L. Wadsworth Construction Company, LLC, or RLW, continues to uphold the legacy of quality and innovation instilled by its founder, the company's namesake. They build large and complex projects for both public and private sectors and do so with integrity. They are a full-service heavy civil contractor with projects throughout the western United States. Ralph L. Wadsworth employs more than 600 people, including project managers, superintendents, foremen, and craftsmen. Engineering capabilities and a drive for continuous improvement have allowed them to add value to each project delivered and a reputation for helping clients overcome their most pressing challenges. Some of their projects include the Salt Lake City International Airport Concourse Tunnel and Deep Foundations, and the Bangor Highway interchanges at 4700 South, 134th South, 9800 South, and 2700 West. This achievement recognizes their exceptional accomplishment, but also underscores their ongoing dedication to setting industry standards and promoting a culture of safety. The success of Ralph L. Wadsworth is a testament to their continuous growth and leadership in the construction industry. Please give a hand one more time to congratulate Ralph L. Wadsworth on this well-deserved honor. And last but certainly not least, we will have next our Awards of Merit.
All right. So next is our largest award category, the Award of Merit. The Award of Merit recognizes quality in occupational safety and health programs as measured by an outstanding safety performance. These companies who are below the national average for their industry over a 3-year period in lost time and total case incident rates, which are compiled by the United States Department of Labor, Bureau of Labor Statistics. Just to reiterate, please refrain from applauding until all recipients have been announced. Please step onto the stage to receive your award and exit to my right, your left, for photo op. Okay? All right, so our merit winners are AEEC LLC. We only got through one. Aerospace Aluminum Processing. Allied Universal Security Services. Ames Construction. Autoleave Ogden Technical Center. Barney Trucking, Inc. Bear River Valley Hospital. Bodell Construction Company. Burdick Materials, a CRH company. Cache Valley Electric Company. Carlisle Construction Materials. Cedar City Hospital. Central Valley Water Reclamation Facility. Delta Community Hospital. Delta Fire Systems. Engineering Technology Corporation. EnviroServe, Inc. Fillmore Community Hospital. GEM Buildings. Great Basin Industrial. Hales Sand and Gravel, a CRH company. Hunt Electric. Ingenium Design, LLC. Intermountain Health Garfield Memorial Hospital. Jack B. Parson, a CRH company. Jordan Valley Water Conservancy District. Jordan Valley Water Conservancy District, JVW. Jordan Valley Water Conservancy District, SERWTP. Jordan Valley Water Conservancy District, Upper HQ. JT4 LLC. Kern River Gas Transmission. Kroger, Layton Dairy. Layton Hospital. Logan Regional Hospital. The KD Hospital. Mechanical Service and Systems. Merit Medical. McQuain Ductile, Utah. Mill Creek Engineering Company. Nielsen Construction, a CRH company. Parker Hannafin Commercial Flight Controls Division, Ogden, Utah. Ralph L. Wadsworth. Reynolds Excavation, a CRH company. R&O Construction. Rocky Mountain Specialty Contracting. Deep Valley Hospital. Sevier Valley Hospital. Skyline Electric. Smith Optics Manufacturing. Snyderville Basin Water Reclamation District. St. George Regional Hospital. Staker Parson Materials and Construction, a CRH company. Tiva Pharmaceuticals, Salt Lake West Operations. Taurus, Inc. Treehouse Foods, Inc., Ogden, Utah plant. University of Utah. And finally, Whitaker Construction Co. We can give them an applause now. I think it's good. All right. Next, we'll turn the time over to John for some quick updates and reminders.
All right, that was awesome. Good job, Quentin. That's a lot of names to read through, but he does awesome every single year. All right, I got to find what I'm supposed to talk about because we got some cool things coming up here next week. We have the 42nd Annual Industrial Hygiene and Safety Conference. Like Brian mentioned earlier, that's October the 8th, 9th, and 10th, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week up at the University of Utah Campus Union Building. So there's still slots available if you want to attend that conference. If you visit our website at utahsafetycouncil.org, we'll help you get registered. And then on December the 12th, we have our Women in Safety and Health Award, our WISH Award. That'll be at the Wildflower event in Sandy. To register or to submit nominees, which we're still accepting, go to our website at utahsafetycouncil.org. That's a very exciting event for us. It's our favorite room to be in, other than this one. So before I invite Brian up, I do have one housekeeping thing. What I do with it? I found somebody's earring. I don't know what I did with it. Oh no, I got it. Brian's got your earring. If you're looking for this, it's got a bunch of beads on it. So.
All right, what a great day. Congratulations to all of our award winners and to all of those who have gone above and beyond to make Utah a safer place to live and work. As we prepare to adjourn, I want to leave us with this one thought. In my time at the council, we've faced serious headwinds that will continue to test us. Suicide remains a crisis in our communities, workplaces, and among our veterans. Violence, including mass shootings, continue to devastate families and neighborhoods here in Utah and across the country. We see rising anger and division, often spilling over onto our roads, workplace, and daily lives. Automobile crashes still claim lives because of speed, impairment, and lack of seatbelt use. Fatigue and distraction strain our workers and sometimes our families. And Utah's rapid growth brings more construction and more risk to those who build and support our communities. Yet the story from Gander reminds us that in times of challenge, turmoil and struggle, kindness and service can change our lives and can change lives of others. That same spirit defines the mission of the Utah Safety Council, to save lives and to make our state a safer place to work. Let's give a final round of applause to all of our award winners and to the Utah Safety Council members who make all of this possible. This meeting is formally adjourned. Have a great day and be safe.